Hello, 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 hello. I did that one day outside. People thought I was crazy. I am. Today's video coming up is you got to be careful with this when you come to the Philippines. I mean, really careful with this. You don't think about it, but I know this is another talking head video, but it's okay. This is good knowledge. So stay tuned. I was combing my hair. Yeah, I was combing my hair. Sometimes the dyes can, affect the brain, I guess. Anyway, I use a shampoo. Shampoos are easy. You just shampoo it and it lasts about 6 or 8 weeks. Today I want to talk about going in debt. Many Americans, it's pretty easy to come here, and in the beginning, it's hard if someone wants to get a loan. Well, in order to get a loan, you got to tell them how much you're making, just like you do in U.S., and give them your firstborn and everything else. That's a joke. But give them information, and maybe you kind of really don't want to do that. A lot of guys come and they finance their cars here. That's good. A good friend of mine financed his car here, and no worries, and you can do that. But I do have a couple of friends that financed the cars last year. One is in Bohol, and another's in Iloilo. And he financed the cars, and they really can't afford them anymore. They are spending more than they're making. Believe it or not, it's really easy to do that. You can do that anywhere in the world, not just in U.S. You can do it here. People don't really realize it costs. The only thing that's cheap here in the Philippines, all the groceries are the same cost. Your haircut is cheaper. Your eyeglasses is cheaper. In some cases, not always. Your dentistry is cheaper, and some medical care is cheaper. But really, is the rent. Rent is the key. That is the key to life, right? If you could find rent in U.S. for $300 a month, say that you're renting here a nice condo, whatever, people would do that, and they could sustain their life there. But they come here because they don't make enough income, or they just want the beauty of the country. And there's many wonderful things about that. But so many people go into debt here. And what I mean is they go down to the bank and they talk. There's a lot of banks that actually give you credit. And you have to, it's like anything. You got to furnish, where's your income coming in? Do you have any pensions? Do you have any child support maybe due to you? Do you have things, what's due to you? And do you have anything of value? Will you have land? Did you buy land? You may have to put up your land. You may have to put up your house. You may have to put up something. If you decide to do that, it's really a process. It's really an extensive process. They actually come out to your property. They inspect your property. They find out that if you, even though your deed and you have the title of the property, they actually come and see exactly, well, is the house destroyed? Is it a nice house? Is it block? Is it concrete? Is it wood? Is it metal house? What kind of house? Is it nipa hut? Is it bamboo? What kind of value do they have there? If I had to sell this, the bank looks at it, if I had to sell this, what would I get out of it? Of course, land is very important, but not always. Not all land is good. You guys know this, right? Not all land here in the Philippines is perfect. I mean, many guys buy land here, and they come to find out it's a flood zone. There's no charts. There's no things. Every third or fourth year, depending on the way the cycle runs, in El Nino, you get a lot of rain. And the rain, normally not a flood zone, it will be a flood zone. So what we started doing, even Ruth and I, we don't have any loans. We don't go down that road. I do have a couple small loans that I've loaned and purchased some stuff with, but they're small. I could pay them off anytime. But it's like anything. People come here and they'll buy a car for $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 dollars, and they'll lease it. They'll make payments on it. Payments run like they do in U.S., $400, $500, $600 a month, and the same there and the same here. So if you're coming here and you need to do that, that's no worry. Say you're going to build a house, you want to go get a loan at the bank. Well, you're going to have to put up something. You have to put up your land until you pay it off. And believe me, here guys, believe me, interest here is 20, you think 25, 26, 27 on a loan on a credit card of, maybe whatever in US. No, here it's 30, 40, 50%. So 60%, 70%. There are loan sharks out there, loan people you can borrow $5, $10, $15,000 from, but then you have to pay them back weekly. And not all will set money weekly. Some want some kind of revenue back coming back. It's anywhere $3 to $5 a day, sometimes $10 a day. They will come collect it. They have collectors. They have collectors on motorcycles. We have a couple of family members do that and go collect the money. And I asked him, what do you do when someone don't pay the bill? What is the process? He said, no, they pay. They pay. Filipino will pay. You may have a hard time running them down. And yes, there are people that actually skedaddle and leave. Skedaddle, and what I mean skedaddle is they pack their stuff up, empty the house out, and go somewhere else. But in a lot of cases, depending on what kind of loan it is, the people have title or put a lien on that property. And most of the time, they get their money back. Don't let them fool you. So there is Turkish and Chinese loan people that you can actually borrow money from. But don't do it. Don't borrow any money here. If you can absolutely help it, you need to borrow money, seek it elsewhere. Seek it in the country you originated from. Seek it there first. Seek it if you had a bank account in U.S. Say, for instance, you want to borrow, let's just say $5,000. You need $5,000 for whatever reason. It doesn't matter what it's for. Maybe you want to do $5,000 just to have it in your account, and that's okay too. And I have a friend, that's what he does. That's how he built up his credit. He borrowed $5,000. He made payments on it, never touched the $5,000, just uses his money coming every month, and then kept the $5,000 in the account, paid it off, and then we borrowed another $5,000. Put that in the account, paid that off every 3 years or 4 years. And like for the last 6, 7 years, that's what he's done. And he's achieved, 10, 15, 20, about 12, I think he said he has an account. Smart way to do it. That's what he decided to do, and it's okay. It's his way of saving money. Don't touch that money unless absolutely has to have it. And he's had to have it. He had an operation and he needed 150,000 peso, which is $3,000. And he had a small operation. They had, I don't know what they did, but anyways, 150,000, $3,000. They listened too. C-sections and things like that cost as much as it does in U.S. in a lot of cases. Ruth, we were talking about that the other day. A family member, it's $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. So 150 to 250 on an operation on a C-section. So I don't know what C-sections are in U.S., but that's what they are here. Friend, also American friend, his wife had a baby. They just had a C-section, and it was $5,000 here. So, and they had Philly Health, and they had his insurance, which didn't cover much because of pregnancies, but they cover the main health. They didn't cover any pregnancy aspect. But don't borrow money is my video today, unless you absolutely have to. You won't need it for a car or something like that. Okay, fine. If you're not able to make the payment on it, they can come pick that up. But if you absolutely have to, don't put up your land, because what happens is you don't want to have anybody access to land. In U.S., you can kind of fight the battles and this, that, and other, but you're in a different country, and you really don't want to put your eggs there in that particular basket. That basket can actually be harmful for you down the road, because with that, what I mean by that interest rate just doubles, and you end up not having a piece of property. You may came here with $20,000 and everything is fine, and end up broke and back in U.S. Because of that. The guy wrote me this morning. He says, I spend more money here than I did in U.S. I says, it's that atmosphere. It's your thinking, the $50 rate. For every 1,000 peso, it's $20. So if you have 10,000 peso in your pocket, that's $200. You have to really realize that it's every 1,000 pesos, $20. So if you have 1,000 pesos, actually you have $20 in your pocket. People don't realize how quick that goes. I mean, I went the other day just to go have pizza at the Shakey's Pizza, and time I got back here, I spent $80, and I don't know what I did. I filled up the car. There's 20, and then the pizza was 35, and then time we got right there's 35 and 20. That's 55 right there. So it adds up. It really adds up. In U.S., you just put it on debit and just run it through, and you pretty well know what's in the bank, right? Say you have $500 extra this month, and so you know that gas, even though it's going to cost you to fill it up, we're going to make it last, right? Here's the same way, but here it just goes so quick that you don't realize it's gone until it's gone. So that's really important. People don't realize it's like, well, come here, and there are guys that end up coming here and they go broke because they don't realize that money, say you get $2,000 a month. Let's just say that. I get $2,000 a month. Just say I'm American and I come here. And you get $2,000 a month. Does not mean that $2,000 won't go fast. Because you can spend it easily. Going to the market, going to the store, going to, say, the mall, this, that, and other. Clothes are just expensive here as they are in U.S. unless you go the okay route. I mean, I bought T-shirts. Me, Ruth, and our was $60, $20 a T-shirt. A T-shirt, just a T-shirt. Not a shirt, a T-shirt. We bought them at the mall. We had to have shirts because we decided we're going to somewhere that we needed T-shirts. And so we went to the mall and bought them. Well, there you go. So it's not like there's a Walmart here, okay? They don't have any Walmarts here. Unless you go, okay. But here's something. We have a family member that's big like me, and there's no shirts for him. He couldn't even find a shirt. So they're over here rummaging through my clothes to help him have enough clothes so he can go to a wedding of his daughter getting married. And that's wonderful. And it's okay. Come take whatever you need. I don't care about that because that is something I understand. If you want to borrow shirts, take my shirts. Okay, yeah, I'll give it to you. It's not that, clothes aren't that important to me. It's really not. As long as I have shelter and good food, I don't really care about that. That's all small stuff to me. I lose a shirt or two, it's not no big thing to me. But I want to tell the guys, when I lose $100, it's a big thing to me. But the guys are telling me I'm broke already. Well, you just got here. You got here in February, March. When did you get when they open up? March, February, March? He's broke. The guy's broke. He's busted. So I said, what are you going to do? He said, I'm going back to you. I have to go back to work. I said, how much money did you go through? $30,000. I said, what did you do? Well, I built a house. I bought land, $3,000, and I built a house. Okay. And I said, okay, what'd you do with the other $15,000 then? Right? So he said, I don't know. It just went. Did you have a car? No, I don't have a car. Did you buy it? No, I didn't do that. It just went. So it goes anywhere. I don't care where you live. It just goes. You can be standing in a street in the most populated area and have wads and wads of money, and it's easy to disappear out of those pockets really fast when you go shopping and buying things and this, that, and other. I mean, I don't even know how much this costs. This is Ruth. I mean, what is that? $1, $2, $5, $10? But it does add up. And people don't realize everything adds up. I don't care what it is. God bless everybody. I'll see you guys next time. I know I rambled on for the last 3 minutes on nothing. But thank you so much for always watching our videos. And God bless everybody. And I'll see you guys next time.